Madridistas, Wednesday night is the most important game of the season for this Real Madrid team as we're back at home in the Santiago Bernabeu for the second leg of the quarterfinals of the Champions League after getting absolutely embarrassed, smacked down, and absolutely destroyed by an Arsenal team that I personally don't think is that good of a team. But guys, in this video, I will tell you my keys to the game, the things that Real Madrid needs to do to make a comeback of the century, and of course, my official match prediction. But first, if you're new here and you like the content, please hit that subscribe button and like the video. I very much appreciate it, and I want you to be a part of this journey as what I think is going to be an incredible, unpredictable offseason for Real Madrid. I want to jump in right to the starting 11 for Real Madrid because I don't really think it matters what happened this weekend for Real Madrid and for Arsenal. Arsenal drew 1-1 and Real Madrid won 1-0, but both of those teams weren't putting out their A team out there. You know what I mean? Not their best starting 11. Now, when it comes to the starting 11 for Real Madrid in this one, I think a couple of changes will for sure be happening from Carlo Ancelotti. Now, exactly what he's going to be doing, I don't know. I don't trust him at the end of the day because the questionable tactics that he's doing, I don't know if he was thinking about it when he was sucking on that vape up there in the stands this weekend against Alaves. But I think it's going to be very, very interesting exactly what Carlo Ancelotti's starting 11 is going to be doing. When I was thinking about this game, there was a couple different options that I had, and I have two different lineups, and I want to hear from you as well in the comments. If you like either of these lineups, let me know, or if you think there's another lineup that can be successful for this Real Madrid team to make the comeback of the century, I would love to hear from you in the comments. But first, let's take a look at the first lineup that I will be going with. Kylian Mbappe up top, Vinny Jr., Jude Bellingham, Rodrigo, Dani Ceballos, and Tchouaméni are back for this Real Madrid team. Dani Ceballos just coming back from that injury, and Tchouaméni coming back from his suspension for the first leg against Arsenal. Fran Garcia getting the start at a left-back position instead of David Alaba just being a terror out there last time, because really, he cost us that game. I mean, if you go back and watch it, he cost us that game, giving up those free kicks. Horrible, horrible game by Alaba in the last one. Rudiger, Raul Asensio, and I'm going Fede Valverde back at the right-back position with Thibaut Courtois in the back. Now, when it comes to the second lineup, I was going with the 4-2-3-1. Again, putting Fede Valverde there. I think the issue that we kind of saw in the last one and why, for some reason, Lucas Vazquez was the first person off the bench is because we had no control in the midfield. You know, when you were starting a midfield with the 39-year-old Luka Modric, that's just horrible, horrible decision-making. So this is an alternate lineup. And again, guys, let me know. I want to hear from you in the comments. What lineup do you like better, or do you like something else better? This is a little different lineup. This is a 4-4-2 lineup, and kind of like what we saw in the last one against Arsenal, with Vinny Jr. getting a start up top with Kylian Mbappe. I have then switched Rodrigo. Instead of playing that right mid position, I'm going to be putting him over on the left mid. I think a couple of reasons for that. First of all, he's a left winger. That is what he is at the end of the day. But I also think that he can help out Fran Garcia with the support for dealing with Saka, because you really need the help over there. Jude Bellingham playing a little more central with help from Dani Ceballos. And then I would be putting Fede Valverde at that right mid position, which you might be wondering, well, who is going to be the right back? I'm going with Raul Asensio getting the start at right back, moving Tchouaméni back to the center back position, Rudiger going at center back, and then Fran Garcia at the left back with Thibaut Courtois, of course, in the back. Now, there's a couple things I like with this one, and there's a couple things I don't. I don't love Raul Asensio there. What I do think it allows you to do is Fede Valverde can play a little farther up, and he can kind of help out in the midfield a lot here. I also don't love putting Tchouaméni at center back, but are you going to be putting Alaba out there? No, you're not going to be doing that. I do think this gives us a little more height. I do think this is a better starting 11. I mean, what am I going to be doing? Am I going to be putting Lucas Vazquez out there? It's over. It's over off the rip if I see Lucas Vazquez getting the start in that starting 11. I will tell you right now, any Arsenal fans, if you guys are watching it, it's over if Lucas Vazquez gets the start in this game. That cannot be happening. I'm very curious. There's pros with this one. There's cons with this one. I do think Rodrigo and Vinny Jr., they can kind of overlap. And sometimes I almost think that on the left wing, they can kind of get in each other's way. I don't love that. But at the same time, when you put three left wings out there as our front three, what can you do, man? What can you do? But when it comes to the keys of the game for me, there's a couple of things that I think that this Real Madrid team has to do to make the comeback. Because again, you were down 3-0. This is not going to be easy. And I'm not going to say it's easy. I'm not going to be gaslighting any of you in here and saying this for sure is going to be happening. I will be giving you my official match prediction here in just a little bit. But first of all, the two most important players for me for this game are finally back in this Real Madrid team. It doesn't matter exactly where they are. They could be in the midfield. They could be at center back. They have to be in this game. And of course, I'm talking about Dani Ceballos and Tchouaméni are back with this Real Madrid team. Dani Ceballos, actually, in the year 2025, he's only been part of 2 losses for this Real Madrid team. One of them was an ass-kicking by Barcelona earlier in the year, and then one of them was a horrible performance against an Espanyol team. But otherwise, when Dani Ceballos is actually with this Real Madrid team, things happen. For some reason, I would never have thought it coming into this year that Dani Ceballos would be so helpful in the midfield. I think he is like a Cruz light. He's like a Cruz like minus. You know what I mean? He is not the Cruz replacement at all. I'm not saying that. But I do think he helps a lot. I also think that Tchouaméni can kind of give you a little more support. I think he's a better 6 than a Camavinga was. I think Camavinga is an 8 that sometimes has to adapt to being a 6 and sometimes have to adapt to being a left back. I think having both of those players out there is going to be crucial for Real Madrid. Now, the question is, I know for sure Tchouaméni is going to be starting. I'm 99% sure. Unless Carlo Ancelotti is just crazy, which, never know. But Dani Ceballos fit enough to actually play in this one? He only got 1 minute against Alaves over the weekend. We've been kind of waiting to see exactly what's going to be happening. But for this Real Madrid team to be successful and to create chances to control that midfield, that's what they lacked in the last one against Arsenal. Arsenal could have their way with them. Party was doing party things in there. He was hanging out in there. Odegaard was doing Odegaard things, and Declan Rice was just sniping from everywhere on free kicks. I think this is a lot better midfield than what we got to see in the last one with Camavinga and Luka Modric getting the start. That's what I want to be seeing from them in this game. The other thing, for Real Madrid to actually be successful is we have to have a quick start in this game. There's no way that we can go into this halftime tied up. If it's 0-0, if it's 1-1, if it's 2-2, 5-5, it doesn't matter. This Real Madrid team has to have the momentum going into halftime and coming out. Because if for some reason they don't, this could be a long game for Real Madrid. And I could see it even being worse than the first leg for this Real Madrid team. It doesn't matter if it's by 1 goal, if it's by 2 goals, if it's even by 3, if we tied it up for some reason. I'm not saying that's likely. I'm just saying that for Real Madrid to actually have a chance at all in this game, we have to be up at least 1 goal going into halftime. The next thing for me, and I think this is something that I'm really going to be looking at Carlo Ancelotti, the substitutions that Carlo Ancelotti is going to be doing, because you have to make substitutions in this game. If for some reason we are still not winning the game in the 60th minute and the 70th minute, substitutions have to be coming on. You cannot be bringing on guys in the 85th minute, in the 88th minute, something like that. That is just a waste of time, and it just makes absolutely no sense. We have to be making subs in this game. And the subs that I really want to be seeing are difference makers. I think a Luka Modric, even though he's at 39 years old, I think he can come on and give us 30 minutes of brilliance. I really believe that. I think Brahim Diaz can do the same thing. He can be a little more controlling in the midfield, can be a little more better with the ball at his feet, being a little more creator out there. And then also Arda Güler and Endrick, bring in the young guns. Endrick creates absolute chaos whenever he is out there. He creates absolute chaos out there, and it's just getting shot after shot. And they might not always be great shots, but he is not afraid of the moment. I don't think he would be afraid of this moment either. And then when it comes to Arda Güler too, he actually brings you that creator player that we just kind of lack. Dani Ceballos can do it to a certain degree. Luka Modric still has the legs sometimes to be able to do it. But I think Arda Güler from set pieces, from corner kicks, and just being a playmaker. We got to see in the Alaves one where he linked up with Camavinga and Fede Valverde. I believe that Arda Güler could bring that kind of spark to this game, and I really think that he could be a huge playmaker in this one. And I think this is going to be a controversial topic that I'm going to be bringing up. I hate I'm doing it. I hate that I'm even doing it. But I really think that Lucas Vazquez could have a absolutely positive and impactful part of this game. I really believe it. It might be absolutely shocking to you. Don't hit that subscribe button. Don't dislike the video. Let me tell you why. Lucas Vazquez absolutely cannot start this game. That is not what I am saying at all. But when it comes to it, Lucas Vazquez is a playmaker at that right back position. And here's the thing. This is what I want all Madridistas to kind of remember out there. We are losing this game 3-0. This Real Madrid team off the rip has to be full go. You can't be slow in this game. We have to be treating this game like it's the final 10 minutes of the game. We have to be pressing. We have to be attacking. And I believe that if we are still struggling and maybe we're looking for final 2 goals or something, maybe it's 1 goal, maybe it's close, that Lucas Vazquez can bring him off the bench and he can kind of give you that spark that you kind of need sometimes. And it allows Fede Valverde to go play his more normal position in the center mid. And it also, I think he can help a lot, bring some width to their right wing, get some crosses in, and he also draws a ton of fouls. He has this little chop back that is very Cristiano Ronaldo-esque. I know that is crazy to say, but watch the tape. He does it. He has this chop back that is very Ronaldo-esque, and he's able to draw penalties. I would hate for us to actually get a penalty, but if it gets us over the line, I don't care how this Real Madrid team wins and gets a comeback of the century. I actually think Vasquez could be an impactful player. I'm only saying about 10, 15 minutes, but I do think that it might be crazy talk. It probably is crazy talk, but I do think that he can actually be an impact in this game. Now, with all that being said, guys, Arsenal has a huge lead in this game. And while how annoying I know this will be and how annoying I will probably be about it after the game, they will be time wasting like there is no time wasting before. You've never seen time wasting like what I believe Arsenal will be doing in this game. They will probably be parking multiple buses in this game. It's going to be absolutely crazy. Those triple deckers, those open ones you see around London, it's going to be multiple of those out there. Those red ones, you know what I'm talking about. They're going to be parking the bus like nobody's business out there. And here's the thing. That's completely warranted. I think if Real Madrid was up 3-0, I think we'd be doing the exact same thing. That is fully deserved from this Arsenal team. Will I complain about it? Absolutely. I'm guilty of that, guys. I get it. But here's the thing. If Arsenal do not park the bus, and I don't think they should. I think if you park the bus, you're kind of playing to Real Madrid's favor a little bit and allowing Real Madrid to kind of attack a little more. So I don't personally think that they should actually park the bus. If for some reason they do not park the bus and this Arsenal team actually attacks Real Madrid, and if they get the first goal and it goes 4-0 on aggregate, I will tell you right now, it is over so fast. You will never see a white flag flown quicker than what this Real Madrid team will do. You will never see a team quit as fast as this Real Madrid team will do. Because again, if this game goes from 3-0 to 4-0 on aggregate, it is over. I will not lie to you. I will not tell you anything wrong. I will not gaslight you. This Arsenal team will probably destroy Real Madrid if that happens. It could be even a worse scoreline than what happened in the first one where it was 3-0 because Vinny will quit. Kylian Mbappe will quit. Rodrigo will quit. There's a lot of players who are going to quit and who are going to walk around, and it's going to have me just complaining like a mofo out there. I really hope it does not happen. But when it comes to my official match prediction, this one, I think that this Real Madrid team will show some fight. I really believe that this Real Madrid team will show some fight. I mean, they've been talking a big game for getting absolutely smoked in the first one. They're saying, hey, you got to come play the Santiago Bernabeu. Got to come do it here. I do think they're going to show some fight. I know Jude Bellingham will show some fight for the badge. I know Fede Valverde, Raul Asensio, Thibaut Courtois will fight until the end. Can Vinny, can Kylian Mbappe, can Rodrigo all do it for us? And can Dani Ceballos be the difference maker? Unfortunately, guys, I don't think so. I really don't think so. I'm not going to gaslight you. I'm not going to lie to you here. I don't think it's going to be enough. I think Real Madrid will get some momentum. I do think we will score at least once, maybe even twice against this Arsenal team. But I do think that we give up at least one or maybe even 2 goals. I will be going, sadly, and I hope I'm wrong, with a 2-2 is my official match prediction, with a 5-2 aggregate for Arsenal advancing to the semifinals of the Champions League, with Real Madrid absolutely crashing out of the Champions League and what honestly should be Carlo Ancelotti's final game as the Real Madrid manager. That is my official match prediction. This one, I very much hope I am wrong. And guys, I want to hear from you in the comments below. Let me know your official match prediction. Very curious to hear from you. If you guys made it to the end of the video, hit that subscribe button, like the video. I will be live right after the Real Madrid team. Win, lose, or draw, it doesn't matter. I will be live telling you my thoughts and opinion on the game. And guys, we will see what happens. But guys, thank you very much for watching this video. Cheers. Real Madrid.